The Indians and Pirates are two teams in second place in their respective divisions. They are also two teams who were just swept in a three-game series. Two teams with hot hitters in center field, Michael Brantley and Andrew McCutcheon. Two teams in need of a win, and they face off next on Sports Time Ohio. It's a gorgeous night for a ball game in downtown Cleveland as the Indians and Pirates get set to go at it. Both teams 32-30 on the year. Both teams coming off of three-game sweeps in an interleague series. Welcome into our broadcast. Along with Rick Manning, I'm Al Pulowski. Great to have you along for tonight's matchup. And Rick, here tonight, both these teams could really use a win. Neither one has played very well this week.
Well, the Indians ran into a couple of hot hitters down in Cincinnati over the weekend. When you look at Joey Votto and Brandon Phillips, those guys did a lot of damage to the Indians. Also, their bullpen did as well. And you look at the Pirates as well, they were swept in Baltimore. So, you know, a couple of teams that are looking to go up. They're still in second place in their division. And when you look at it in Baltimore, it was the starting pitchers for the Pirates, and it was the bullpen for the Indians. So these teams are going to have to get back on track. And the Pirates are made by pitching. And the Indians, you know, their bullpen's usually very good. So we'll see what happens tonight.
Yeah, hopefully the pitching gets back on track for the Tribe tonight, especially in that bullpen. And speaking of pitching, let's take a look at tonight's Nissan pitching matchup. And first up, Justin Masterson, Rick, very good in his last outing.
Coming off a very good start in St. Louis. He didn't walk anybody. He went out there for 7 innings, matched up against Kyle Loesch. He was the loser. They couldn't score him any runs, but it pitched probably his best game of the year. He will be matched up against James McDonald, who's 5-2 this year. You can see 4-1 since May 1st, and he's 4-1 on the road. So he's got a good curveball, a good fastball. He's a tough customer.
Our Nissan Road Ahead pitching matchup. Get to a Nissan dealer for great deals on innovation that you can count on. So it's Masterson against McDonald. Here tonight at Progressive Field, the Tribe also with Jack Hanahan back in the fold. He's in the starting lineup tonight as he returns from the DL. More on those starting lineups in the first pitch. It's all coming up next right here on STO. Back here at Progressive Field, where this Indians-Pirates series is brought to you by Levin Furniture. Indians and Buccos tonight for the first time this season. A three-game weekend series begins here tonight in just moments. And let's get a look at the Kia visitors lineup. Pittsburgh Pirates lineup tonight brought to you by Kia. And they'll lead it off with Presley in left field and Walker. Andrew McCutcheon, really their all-star in center field, hitting third. And Garrett Jones will clean up. Casey McGee batting fifth, and Pedro Alvarez at third base. Jose Tabata is in right field. Rob Barajas catching. Josh Harrison, the utility infielder, gets a start at shortstop tonight.
Well, yeah, both these ball clubs, Al, have lost or were swept over the weekend. So something's got to give for one of these ball clubs. Both of them got have good pitchers on the mound tonight. Maniac, I think, happy to be home in his white.
Yeah, 9-game road trip for the Tri-Brick that started out pretty well. 4-2 after 6 games, but getting swept in Cincinnati. And the Indians looking to get back on that winning track here this evening. Both teams a little bit similar, too, with the way they're built. Both built on pitching first. There's Justin Masterson. He's on the hill tonight for the Tribe. Justin looked very good in that game on Saturday against St. Louis.
Well, he certainly did. He didn't walk anybody. And, you know, he's been pitching pretty well. He's back into the thing of last year with no run support for him. You know, let's look at Justin's numbers tonight with a reminder to go to Indians.com and cast your ballot for this year's All-Star game in Kansas City. Making his 14th start. He's 2-6, 1-3 at home, 1-3 on the road. But his home ERA is much better here than it is on the road. 81 in the third innings, 59 strikeouts. The key, 37 walks. He didn't walk anybody in this last start, and that was a good deal. He matched up against Kyle Loesch. It was a very good ball game, a pitcher's game. I mean, 2 hours and 14 minutes. He was dealing. He gave up a solo home run to Beltre, and that was it. So we will see if Justin can continue with the good control and spotting that fastball. Let's take a look at the Indians' defense, brought to you by Pat O'Brien Chevrolet, with 4 convenient locations and the best selection of Chevrolets in Northeast Ohio. Damon in left, Brantley in center, Chu is in right. Hanahan is back, and he is at third base. Cabrera at short, Kipnis at second, Kochman at first, Santana behind the plate.
And the umpires for tonight's game, Lance Barksdale is behind the plate, Fielding Culbreth at first base, Adrian Johnson at second, and Gary Cedarstrom is at third. Gorgeous night tonight here in downtown Cleveland. Marine Week. The festivities happening all weekend long. The Pittsburgh Pirates in town for this weekend series. 72 degrees right now. Clear skies. Couldn't ask for a much better night for baseball here in downtown Cleveland. Alex Presley will lead it off for the Buccos. He'll be followed by Neil Walker, then Andrew McCutchen here in the first. And it's strike one to Presley. He sits safely in 4 of 5 and 7 of his last 9 games since he was recalled from Indianapolis. And Masterson ahead of him 0-2.
For Masterson, this is his third start against the Pirates. He has no decisions in his first 2 times. A loss when they pitched the Indians when he pitched in Pittsburgh, and they won when he pitched here in Cleveland, but he has no decisions.
That one hit to left. Johnny Damon right there for the first out. So 1 away here in the first inning, and that'll bring Neil Walker to the plate. Walker hitting .265. That's the second best batting average in this starting lineup. The best is Andrew McCutchen, who's coming up next. But Pittsburgh has struggled on offense, 29th in Major League Baseball.
You look at them, they're last in the league in batting average in the National League, last in runs scored, doubles, walks. So this team is built basically around their pitching, and they've got to stay in the game. So a good thing to do would be try and get an early lead on these guys and make them play catch-up.
It's 2-0 here to Neil Walker. Pittsburgh native. Said his dream of playing in the majors began when he went to the '94 All-Star game at Three Rivers Stadium. And there's a strike on the inside corner. For Masterson, Rick, what are his keys here tonight to throw like he did on Saturday?
Locating his fastball. That's basically it. When he can find the strike zone and not get too much movement on it and stay ahead of the hitters, he's very successful.
He's fallen behind here to Neil Walker with 1 out in the first inning. And now the count goes full to the Pirates' second baseman.
He had a terrific slider against the Cardinals in his last start. And that slider, even though that was the pitch that got beat, he got beat on, but Carlos Beltran hit that ball to center field. Took a slider away. That was about the only bad pitch he made. And I'm not so sure it was a bad pitch. You just give some credit to the hitter every once in a while.
That one hit hard. Hanahan got a piece of it, but it goes into left field for tonight's first hit. So Walker's aboard here with one out.
Walker did a nice job of staying on this baseball, not trying to pull it. It was elevated, though, and you can see it. It's so much easier to hit a sinker ball pitcher. He gets the ball elevated to take it the other way. You don't have to work those legs, so he gets it by. Hanahan did get leather on it, but it'll go as a base hit.
Now Andrew McCutchen, their center fielder and best hitter in today's lineup. .326 batting average, 11 homers, 37 runs batted in. He's their best base stealer as well.
Well, he's one of the best players in the National League. He's an exciting guy to watch. Patrols center field. The Indians were able to handle this guy last year in, division interleague play. Hopefully they can have the same kind of success this year.
Swing and a miss there. Well, McCutchen has hit safely in 10 of his first 12 games this month. He's fourth among National League outfielders with that .323 mark and leads the Pirates, or is near the top, in just about every offensive category. Now the 1-1. So Masterson ahead of McCutchen here with one out in the first inning, and Neil Walker at first base. Indians opening up a 3-game series here with Pittsburgh tonight. Tomorrow afternoon, 4:05. Sunday afternoon, 1:05 on Father's Day. And after that game, you can play catch on the field with your dad. Just $15 for the chance to do that.
Yes, he did.
And strike three on McCutchen. So Justin Masterson gets his first strikeout, second out of the inning. The Pirates' big stick sits down.
Well, that was on the good slider, and it must be tough to pick up the spin. You see, he started and wanted to hold up, but from the side view, you can see he went. Tried to hold up, couldn't do it. Will go down as Justin's first strikeout tonight.
So here's Garrett Jones, the Pirate cleanup hitter. He's the DH tonight. And takes ball one from Masterson. Garrett Jones has also been hitting well of late. He has a hit in 10 of his last 11 games. Batting .348 during that time. There goes Walker. Pitch inside. The throw down to second is not in time.
He picked the right pitch to go on. Had a very good jump. Not much Santana could do there. He had an excellent jump. That'll be his 6th stolen base. He's yet to be caught this year. Picked the breaking ball, and there's the throw. It was on the shortstop side, but he really had a pretty good jump.
So Walker in scoring position with 2 outs here in the first inning. Garrett Jones hitting .280 with runners in scoring position this year. Now Carlos Santana going to talk to Justin Masterson. And Jones even better with 2 outs and runners in scoring position.
Well, this is one part of Masterson's game where with 2 outs and runners in scoring position, he needs to tighten it down because he's had opportunities this year where he's had opportunities to get out of the inning. He just hasn't been able to close them out.
And the first inning's been tough for him too, Rick. He surrendered 30% of his runs in the first inning.
Yeah, he's had a tough first inning this year, as have the Indians, as a matter of fact. When you look at them, they've given up 54 first inning runs this year. They gave up 71 all of last year.
Jones hits that one high in the air to left center. That'll be an easy play for Johnny Damon. And the Pirates retired here in the top of the first. They get a base hit and leave 1-0 across. Indians coming to bat. Come to bat here in the first inning. There's Jack Hanahan. He'll be hitting ninth today. He's been activated from the disabled list. Scott Barnes sent out. And speaking of that Indians lineup, let's take a look. Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive, proud to be the official auto insurance provider of the Cleveland Indians. Chu will lead it off, followed by Cabrera, then Kipnis. Santana, Brantley, and Damon are the middle third. Then Kochman, Chisenhall, and Jack Hanahan back tonight for the Tribe.
Well, 27-year-old right-hander James McDonald is having a nice year for the Pirates. He's 5-2 and a .239 earned run average. In his 12 starts this year, he's allowed no more than 3 runs in any start. So he keeps you in the ball game. 73 strikeouts in the 75 and a third innings. A nice breaking ball. He keeps the ball down.
And Shin-Soo Choo takes a look at ball one from McDonald. Yeah, just 27 years old, 6'5", 195 pounds, and leads that Pirates staff. So he delivers the first strike to Chu, and they really like him in Pittsburgh, Rick.
Well, they should. He's got good stuff. He's had a good year. He's won 5 of his last 6 decisions. He's 3-1 on the road. You know, when you look at Pittsburgh away from home, they're 13-19, but 19-11 at home. And their ERA is 2 runs better than what it is on the road. He's been one of the few guys that have been able to do it away from PNC Park.
2-2 now to Shin-Soo Choo, leading it off here tonight for the Tribe. Choo hitting .320 against right-handers this year. And he is McDonald's first strikeout victim of the night.
Take a look at the Home Depot Pirates defense this evening behind McDonald. It looks like this. It's Presley in left, McCutchen in center, Tabata in right. Alvarez at third, Harrison at short, Walker is at second, McGee is at first, and Barajas behind the plate. More savings, more doing. That's the power of Home Depot.
Asdrubal Cabrera to the plate. The Tribe shortstop looks at ball one. Asdrubal's hit safely in 14 of his last 15. Now 1-1. Well, Maniac has used Cabrera in the 2-hole and the 3-hole so far this year, Rick, but it seems that with Kipnis on fire in that 3-hole, Cabrera fits in nicely at 2.
Well, I was glad to see Manny make that change because he had Cabrera up there, and then, you know, you had Chu and Kipnis, the 2 lefties. So the switch hitters separate the lefties, Chu and Kipnis, and Santana's going to have to start hitting. He's in that number 4 hole as the switch hitter, but if he can't hit up there, then you're going to have to put somebody in there that could be productive. But it is nice when you can separate them like that by the switch hitters if they produce. And I like Cabrera in the number 2 hole from, you know, both sides of the plate. He's very consistent. He doesn't try and do too much. Sometimes when he gets into that 3 hole, he tries to hit big flies, and it hurts him a little bit.
He works the walk there from McDonald, so he's aboard with 1 out here in this first inning. And let's take a look at today's league leaders, brought to you by your Cleveland, Akron area Lexus dealers. James McDonald, boy, he has just gotten it going there with the whip. Third in the National League at 1, and Kane and Dickey ahead of him. How about Ari Dickey this year?
Yeah, Dickey's had a terrific year. Kane coming off a perfect game. And yeah, anytime you're under 1, when you're talking walks and hits, that's terrific. That's something like Josh Tomlin did last year for the Indians. He was just a shade over it.
Jason Kipnis takes strike 1. Numbers on Kipnis this year. Best power numbers for second baseman in the American League.
Yeah, he's been surprising. You know, I want to see him start hitting in the white uniform. He's been terrific on the road. You know, you get him home, and as a lot of Indians hitters, their road numbers are so much better. You know, Jason here at home, just a .225 hitter, which is hard to believe the way he swings the bat.
That pitch down low. Is there any explanation for that? Why a hitter would be better on the road instead of at home?
You can't figure it out, but it changes every year. You know, last year, for example, Santana was great from the right side of the plate, you know, compared to the left. It just varies. Look at the 336 to the 225, 100 points difference almost.
McDonald keeping an eye on Cabrera with the 2-1 count.
No, you can't figure it out.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. 90, bases are 90 feet. Usually, you feel more comfortable at home, so you would think it's a more relaxed atmosphere for you to hit in, but it hasn't worked that way so far.
I remember when this park first opened back in '94, and throughout the '90s, they called it a hitter's park. Past decade, I think they called it a pitcher's park. You
got a little different hitters back
true.
in the '90s than you do now. Those guys could have made the Grand Canyon hitter friendly.
Kipnis fouls that one away. I've always thought that this park was a fair park. I thought it was overrated as a hitter's park in the '90s, and not so much a pitcher's park the last 10 years.
No, I think it's a very fair park. When you look at the numbers overall compared to all the ballparks now, it's, home run wise, it's fair. It's not a big triples park.
Kipnis takes strike 3 on the inside corner. So he's the second out of the inning, both strikeouts for McDonald. And let's send it down to Katie Witham, who will be talking about the Indians' approach. Katie?
Yeah, Al, I had a chance to speak with Indians hitting coach Bruce Fields earlier today, and he told me, James McDonald is a pitcher who averages 95 pitches per start. So really the key today, making him throw more than 3 pitches per batter. In all honesty, he said he'd like to see each Indians hitter take 5 to 6 pitches each time he's up at the plate, and really making McDonald earn those outs.
Well, good stuff there. The Indians trying to be patient.
He averages 15 pitches per inning. So, which is very good. I mean, for a starter, you usually look up, if you got 15 pitches, you're going to see 7 innings. That's pretty consistent. But so far, the first 3 hitters have all had 5 pitches. So he is now above that limit. And it's nice if you can do that and get to see him. They've never faced him before, so that's new. I would think that he has the advantage that first time through the lineup until they get an idea of the movement of the pitches and what exactly he throws.
Santana batting here with the 2-0 count. Cabrera on at first base, 2 outs here in the first inning. And now 3-0 to Carlos Santana, who's been struggling. He's just 5 for 33 in the 9 games since his return from the concussion DL. That's a 152 average, but look at his numbers against Pittsburgh in 6 games. Pretty good.
Yeah, that's high school numbers.
3-1 now to Santana. Well, he's enjoyed Pirates pitching. We'll see if that continues this weekend. And he hits that one hard, but right into the deep second baseman shift there as Walker throws him out. So the Indians retired here in the first inning. We're scoreless after 1. Berry Chiller, cherry and raspberry flavors blended with ice and 100% fruit juice. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Marine Week here in Cleveland. Big weekend at the ballpark as well. Some interactive exhibits outside and plenty of Marines inside the park. And speaking of which, we'll have Sergeant Major Michael Barrett joining us here in the booth in the next inning. Indians and Pirates into the second inning, scoreless. It'll be Casey McGee, Pedro Alvarez, and Jose Tabata. Hitters 5, 6, and 7 for the Buccos against Justin Masterson. Along with Rick Manning, I'm Al Pulowski. Steve Warren directing tonight, Jim Murphy producing. Thanks to you for joining us on a perfect night for baseball in downtown Cleveland. Time called for a moment at home plate. That went down low, but Justin Masterson, he likes to get in that groove and work fast, and I think the Pirates trying to slow him down a little bit.
Well, I like to see him work fast and quicker, to stay into a rhythm. That way, I'll tell you, his last start, he was free and easy. He didn't try overthrowing, and everything just seemed very crisp. It was great to watch.
McGee hits that one to right. Chu going over towards the line. And he will have room and foul ground. One out here in the second inning. Let's take a look at today's injury report brought to you by Elk & Elk. Serious lawyers for serious injuries. Call 1-800-ELK-OHIO. As you get a look at the Pirates injury report. Charlie Morton just with surgery. Tommy John, so he's out for a while. I'll miss him. Karsten's also on the DL, another pitcher. So one out with nobody on for Pedro Alvarez, the Buccos' third baseman. He fouls that one into the ground here. Eric Pedro Alvarez, when he came up a couple of years ago, he had a lot of hype behind him, but so far just hasn't been able to reach that.
Well, it's tough once you get to this level when you're expected to be somebody before you even play a game up there, and they expect things. You know, it's nice when you can come up and fly under the radar. But when you're in a #1 draft pick and they expect big things from you and you don't produce, and then the pressure starts because you start believing it.
He has 8 home runs. Also has 10 doubles, so he can get some extra base hits, but it's the average that's been the problem. Asdrubal Cabrera will retire him there. 2 quick outs here in the second inning. Here's Jose Tabata now, the right fielder. Should get a look at the nice Friday night crowd here. Fireworks night tonight.
They had the rally alley going on a couple hours before the game today. A lot of people down there. It was tough getting into the ballpark today.
Yeah, plenty of people taking advantage of that. It's all weekend rally alley. It really is a nice idea. It gives you something extra to do, a reason to come down early to the ballpark. Broadcast the pregame show live out there. Bruce
yeah, you're going to be there tomorrow, huh?
You'll be there tomorrow.
Yes,
yeah.
Indeed. I'm coming early just to see you.
Just want to heckle me, right?
Yeah. No, I can do that tonight.
That's true. That's true. 0-2 here to Tabata as you get a look at the rally alley just outside Progressive Field. It's that entire street behind the bleachers, and they close it off. And plenty of activities out there. Also some great food to choose from, some entertainment. I tell you, the Indians have done a real nice job of some summer promotions here and making this a real experience coming down to the ballpark. Inside to Tabata.
That's the slider he got underneath. Watch him. He cuts underneath it, and it starts right about his front shoulder, and that's not going to slide. That's just a flat little frisbee. There's a good pitch.
Yeah, right on the outside corner. It's Tabata for his second strikeout tonight. Second inning, top half in the books, bottom half after this. Have come over to Cleveland here tonight, and they're set for this weekend of baseball between Pittsburgh and the Tribe.
Yeah, it looks like a Pirate.
Yeah, he does. Got the eye patch. He's all set. Just a beautiful night tonight as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Michael Brantley, Johnny Damon, Casey Kochman, hitters 5, 6, and 7 for the Indians. Michael Brantley on that 21-game hitting streak will try to continue that here this evening. He'll take ball one from James McDonald.
It's been fun to watch. It really has, because he's been so consistent. He's seeing the ball well. He's been very patient. He hasn't gone out of the zone just to try and get that hit. He's maintained the same approach.
Hit that one hard to center field. McCutcheon, though, has room, and he'll run it down. So Brantley gave it a ride, but he's the first out here in this second inning. All right, let's set it down to Katie.
Well, all of you Carlos Santana fans, make sure you're here this Sunday. You can take home his replica jersey. The first 15,000 fans through the gates will get to take home a free Carlos Santana jersey. If you don't have your tickets, get them now at Indians.com. Al, Rick, back over to you guys.
All right. That was a big jersey on her, too.
Yeah. You know, she's keeping that one.
Yep. Here's Johnny Damon with one out in the second inning. Damon starting in left field tonight for the Indians. I think 6th in that order. Still trying to find that consistency that he's had throughout his career. As he fouls that one off. And he's been a little bit better the last couple of weeks, Rick. But for Johnny, what maybe the things that you've noticed for him that he needs to do to be consistent?
Well, you know, I don't know. I mean, he hasn't been consistent at all. I mean, it's I don't know what he has to do, really. I mean, consistency is to go out there and, you know, he hasn't. A lot of balls haven't been jumping off his bat. He's hit some weak fly balls, some ground balls. He's got a lot of movement in his swing and that stance, and it just, after missing spring training, it's playing catch up all the time.
That one is foul, so we'll do it again at 2-2. Looks like he cracked his bat as well, so he'll get a new one. You know, Damon's got a lot of postseason experience, too, which is another attractive feature to him as we get a look at that splitter coming off the bat. It just seems wherever he's been, that team has been in contention in his career. And he tried to check his swing, and he did not. So another strikeout for McDonald. That's his third. And Johnny Damon's the second out here in the second inning. All right, let's take a look now at our AT&T trivia question for tonight. And we'll see what they've come up with for us. Since 1980, 2 Indians players have had consecutive seasons of 10-plus triples. Who could those players be? Well, the answer for you coming up later here in the broadcast, the AT&T trivia question, as Casey Kochman looks at ball one. Now, Rick, you would qualify for that post-1980.
I don't think I'm in there. I don't think so.
James McDonald with 2 outs here in the second inning. His dad played in the NFL. He was a receiver for the Rams and the Lions, mostly the Rams from 83 to 87. As Kochman checks his swing, was it in time? Yes, says third base umpire Gary Cedarstrom. But quite an athletic family. He's the cousin of Darnell McDonald, who plays for the Boston Red Sox. Both of their dads, brothers. As Kochman drills that one to right. And that's a base hit as it gets down in front of Tabata. And the Indians have a base runner with 2 outs here in the second inning. And that's the Indians' first hit of the night.
He was thinking of coming in to try and make a catch, but no siree, not with 2 outs. You just got to let it bounce in front of you like he did and field it. Kochman hit that ball right on the nose. A little top spin. So a 2-out single now for the Indians. First hit of the day.
Now Lonnie Chisenhall, who's in the 8-hole tonight as the designated hitter with Jack Hanahan back. And he'll take strike one from McDonald. Lonnie batting .273 against right-handers this year. Has both his home runs off righties as well. And he's down on the count here, 0-2. Tigers and Rockies underway in Detroit. Top of the third inning there, scoreless. It's Francis against Crosby in that one. Count remains 0-2 to Lonnie Chisenhall with the runner at first base and 2 outs here in the second inning. James McDonald to deliver his 36th pitch right here. And Lonnie hits that one to right center. That's down for a base hit. Kochman around second. He'll head to third. And the Indians now with runners at the corners with 2 away.
They'll come back on an 0-2 pitch. He fouled one off, and both his curveballs were high after he got ahead of Chisenhall upstairs, so it helped him out here. You watch the big curveball. I mean, that was up out of the strike zone, but it was so far up there, it made it easy for Chisenhall, and he gets another base hit. So a pair of 2-out base hits will send it on down the line to Hanahan.
So Jack Hanahan off the disabled list, and an opportunity with runners in scoring position here in his first at bat tonight. And he'll take ball one from McDonald. Jack hitting .393 with runners in scoring position this year. .500 with 2 outs.
Well, he got off to that terrific start. If you remember, in this situation this year with 2 outs, you couldn't get him out.
And part of that reason because he's very patient at the plate. 2-0 here.
He just had a really special start, and a confidence came out of that, and it carried him for quite some time until the injury started to hit him.
It's that one to left. That one slicing towards the seats, and it will make it. A couple of rows deep there as Alex Presley gave it a look. 2-1 now to Jack Hanahan. Now, starting last August, and it seems it's carried through since then, he's been a very consistent hitter at the plate, very selective. It seems sometimes guys later in their careers, Rick, will become that patient, solid contact hitter.
Well, you finally start getting it. It takes a while, to learn how to hit. He went to a heavier bat last year, and watch, he chokes up. He's not down on the end of the knob like most hitters, so he's got a nice, short, compact swing.
It's that one to deep center. McCutchen, though, with a lot of speed, gets back in plenty of time to make the catch. So Hanahan hit it well, but he's the third out. Scoreless after 2 here at Progressive Field. Time later in tonight's game, it's brought to you by Miller Lite. We head into the top of the third inning here in Cleveland. No score. Justin Masterson will face hitters 8, 9, and 1 for the Pirates. Barajas, Harrison, and Presley. Rod Barajas, the regular catcher in Pittsburgh. He's been around for a while, 36 years old. He was signed as an undrafted free agent back in 1996 by Arizona. There's a strike from Masterson. Justin now with 31 pitches this evening, 20 of those for strikes. And a 1-1 count here to Rod Barajas. And Masterson ahead of him now, 1-2. Well, looks like he's got that sinker working tonight, Rick. Some good movement, and seen a number of balls fouled off at the plate.
Yeah, you will see it. I mean, ground balls, you will see a lot of ground balls when he's on his game. He only has one ground ball out. He has a couple of strikeouts, a couple, 3 flyouts. Normally, there you go. There's another punchy.
Barajas went too far. Third strikeout victim. And 1 out here in the third inning.
Yeah, when Masterson has that slider going, a lot of times he doesn't throw it a lot, but he's had a good one lately. So why not? Right-handers hitting just 219 off him coming into today's action. Lefties were hitting 300, so that's when you're a right-handed hitter going to go face him. You're saying, come on, you lefties, get him out of the game. Get somebody else in there.
Well, here's another righty, Josh Harrison. He's hitless in his last 9 at-bats since he had a triple off Milwaukee's Randy Wolf back on June 1st at Miller Park.
Well, and he draws a tough straw today, too, from the right side of the plate. And Masterson in his last 9 starts has gone at least 6 innings. So he's been out there and he's given Manny some distance. It's just that the run support hasn't been there for him.
Tried to bunt his way on. Now the count 1-2. Yeah, Justin Masterson, Rick, this year getting just over 3 runs per 9 innings. That's the worst in the American League, 5th worst in all of Major League Baseball.
Again, that happened to him last year, and this is a 7th straight start. He's gone 7 straight with 2 runs or less. And he's been 6-0-2, 1-2 counts tonight.
One and two here to Harrison with 1 away in the third inning. Strike 3 called. Beautiful pitch on the outside corner. 4th strikeout for Masterson, the 2nd this inning.
Well, Asdrubal Cabrera bobblehead giveaway will take place Monday. That'll be the first night of the Cincinnati Reds series. And the first 15,000 fans coming through the gates here. It's a 7:05 game. Will receive the bobblehead for Asdrubal Cabrera. Go to Indians.com for tickets. Buy early and save.
Now Alex Presley, who flew out to Johnny Damon to start tonight's game. One and one here to Presley. Called him up from AAA Indianapolis on June 5th. He batted .277 down there. Has some power. Hit 5 home runs. And here at the big league level, he's hit 3. But he's down here 1 and 2 to Masterson. Strike 3 call. 4th consecutive strikeout for Masterson as he K's the side here in the third. Still scoreless at Progressive Field. Red will send the top of the order to the plate, and Chu, Cabrera, and Kipnis. And Sergeant Major Michael Barrett joins us here in the press box with the Marine Week this weekend. Great to see you here, and you're from Rick's hometown, Niagara Falls,
Not
New
my
York.
hometown, it's his hometown.
That's right.
I came out of it. That's right.
Absolutely.
Well, you know what happens when you put two guys from Niagara Falls in the same room?
What happens?
I can't talk about it.
Right.
You have to be from Niagara Falls.
I understand.
Watch out. Yeah, welcome. You've been here all week. Tell us a little something. What's been going on?
I'll tell you what. We've had an opportunity. We brought 750 Marines into the city, and we brought our state-of-the-art aircraft. We brought the famous Osprey aircraft. We brought AV-8B Harriers. We got the other type of helicopters. We brought all our ground equipment. We brought all of our technology. We brought all of our weapon systems. We brought our military working dogs.
Wow.
We brought our Marine Corps martial arts instructors, and we've been doing demonstrations all over the cities. And when you look at it, when you look at the face of the Marine Corps, it's actually the face of the great people of Ohio. 9,300 people from the great state of Ohio have joined the United States Marine Corps over the last 10 years, and they could have done anything they wanted in their lives, but they chose to serve. That's right. And that's who's here today, and we're connecting with the great people of Cleveland this week, and what a great opportunity.
It has been. I mean, you guys, they had the flyover here. You had an opportunity to throw out the first pitch.
I sure did. I brought the heat.
And you're a left-hander, I noticed.
Well, I threw a left-handed today. I wanted to challenge myself. I'm normally a righty, but I said, you know what? It's only 30,000 people. What's the worst thing that can happen?
Right. You got to meet those
They
challenges.
blew you off the mound. No, you were great. We had you at 33 miles an hour on that pitch.
That's about right.
We're gonna get a look at it here as soon as we see Chu. Okay, let's take a look at it right now. Tell us. There you go with the hat, looking good. Step up there, and there it is. A perfect strike. Very nice. Were you seriously? Were you nervous at all?
Not one bit. Hey,
good for you.
I've been shot at.
Yeah,
that was
true.
nothing.
Chu, a strikeout victim here in the third inning, so one out for Asdrubal Cabrera. Yeah, that's very true. After
That's one
facing
way to
that,
look at it.
There's nothing else that can really phase
That's
you, right?
That's right. That was pretty easy.
You know, I've seen a lot of fans here, too, before the game. They were outside. They were checking out all the things that you have. It seems like they were really enjoying it and getting a chance to see some of these great machines up close.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's estimated that 75,000 will have come into the city to experience their Marines and to see all the equipment. And as you walk around, and I stopped over at where we have one of our tanks, and I yelled up to one of the Marines, I go, how many people have been here? He says, I can't count that high.
Yeah.
And every person that gets up and jumps on the tank, they get right inside the gunner's pit right there, and they're getting to experience the real deal.
That's impressive. There's some impressive machinery. You've got exhibitions going on tomorrow, right?
That's right.
Around the city?
We're going to culminate this great week with a full combat demonstration from our Marine Air Ground Task Force capabilities. So if for those who are in the local area who are able to go to Burke Lakefront,
right downtown,
they're going to get to see how we bring in the air, how we bring in the Marines, and how we bring it all together and take it to the enemy.
That'll be impressive. What time does that start tomorrow? Do you have a game plan?
Yeah, it's going to start sometime in the mid-morning to early afternoon.
Yeah, we've got a 4 o'clock game tomorrow, so come down a little early.
Absolutely.
You can go over and see it.
And you still have a chance to see all those Marines and see all the capabilities that we use to protect our borders.
Well, that's really great. What you've been able to do here is Asdrubal Cabrera gets a walk, so he's aboard with one out here in this third inning. But, you know, Sergeant Major, some of the folks that were here tonight, they just seemed quite impressed. You had the swearing-in ceremony beforehand. You know, you had the great band that played before with America the Beautiful. I mean, you really have put on a display here today, and I think it's been quite impressive.
Well, I got to tell you what, those 50 young men and women that were down there in that little group, they could have done anything they wanted in their lives. They could have gone to school, they could have gone and gotten a job, but they chose to serve an idea, to serve a flag, to serve people, to serve America. It's honorable and noble, and they're getting ready to stand on the shoulders of great people.
That's gonna be great. And so you guys, what do? You getting your sleep tonight? Are you going home from the game?
Sleep's overrated.
So you're going to be out tonight? Where are you going in downtown Cleveland? I want to know. I want your protection.
Wherever it draws us. Yeah, we Marines have a real good nose for the best places to hang out, and I'm sure we'll find it.
Throw back to first. Kipnis at the plate now with a runner aboard and one out here in the third inning. Hey, it seems like you've had a ton of great experiences. What's been the best for you so far in your career?
In 31 years, you can't just say, hey, this was my best. Everything has had its good and it's had its bads. But anytime you get to hang out with with America. This is it. Nothing compares to this.
All right, now you're from Niagara Falls. What year did you graduate, and where did you grow up back in Niagara Falls?
81, and I grew up in Youngstown, and we used to take it to LaSalle, your home, your school.
That's right. Come on, let's go.
We're starting
pretty good.
I was a little before your time. You graduated. I was in 72, so I was long gone then.
Hey, what was it like watching Babe Ruth play for a nickel?
I'll tell you what, I roomed with him for a little bit. It wasn't bad. He and I used to go out and have a little hot dog and some beer. That's why I hit left-handed. Well, Sal Magley was from Niagara Falls. That's our claim to fame going back home. Right. Sal LaBarber.
Now, this Marine Week you're having this week, are you going to do that as well in other cities?
We do it once a year, and this is the 4th time we've done it. We've done it in St. Louis, Boston, Chicago, and now Cleveland. And we'll figure out where we're going to do it for next year. So we got the people out there planning, looking, and seeing where we're going to do this at.
You talked about all the recruits you had from Ohio. Was that a main reason you chose Cleveland, or what kind of went into that criteria?
Well, that's one of the many lists on the criteria. But when you look at the patriotism of any particular state or city, the state of Ohio has truly given, and there are those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice. That there it is.
Yep. 3-0 now to Jason Kipnis with Asdrubal Cabrera at first base.
I have a pretty good feeling we're going to score this inning with you up here.
Well, I was telling the manager before the game, I said, nobody comes into our park and pushes us around. I said, take it to him. And Manny looked at it, he said, yeah, perfect.
Should have had you talk to this team before the game. But this is a good part of the lineup here. 3-1 count.
Jason Kipnis, who struck out his first time up, and a hitter's count here. He hits that one high in the air to left, and Alex Presley is there. 2 outs here in the 3rd inning.
Still got one more shot. Okay, back in LaSalle, have you ever gone to Viola's Submarine Sandwich Place? Is that the best?
You're not a true Niagara Falls person if you haven't eaten at Viola's.
That's
Holy
right.
Cow!
I still have friends that bring it up.
You're the odd man here.
I am really.
That,
I feel like I should put this down.
Hey, I have friends that come on up. A couple of times. Usually when we're at home, they bring 5 or 6. All the boys in here eat it, don't you? I mean, they know exactly.
Since I was this tall.
That's right.
Since I was this tall.
Okay, and DiCamillo's bread that's right around the corner.
You can only get that in Niagara Falls.
Absolutely. Beef on weck, up in that area.
Who would have thought that salt goes on bread?
I don't know, but it tastes really good. See, now you know we're homies.
Santana batting here with 2 outs and a runner at first. So have you enjoyed the experience here at the ballpark?
Oh, God. You know what? When I was stationed here for 3 years, 2002, 2005. And if you look out there in the center field where it says First Energy,
you got it.
Follow that to the very end seat on the first row. Okay. I sat there probably 100 games.
No kidding.
Wow. 100 games right there.
Did you catch any home run balls?
Never.
No?
Never. And I'm still bitter about it.
Yeah, you should be. I'm sure you got a baseball while you were down on that field today.
I absolutely did.
That first one that you threw out, it was autographed.
That 33-miler. Yeah, 33 miles per hour. Yeah.
Well, that's good. You had to have a ball here today, and actually all week long, huh? It sounds like you're really excited about it and had a great time.
Surrounded by great people.
Right, and that's what makes it. Well, it's nice to hear that always the people of Ohio are truly into it and serve their country the way they do.
And I got to tell you, and they've also, the people of Cleveland have learned our battle cry, which is "Oorah!" Oorah! Well, as I've been running, I get up real bright and early and I go for a run. People recognize us as Marines, and as I've been driving, people have been rolling down their windows, going "Oorah!"
Is that right? Make you feel right at home.
It just made me run that much faster.
3-2 now to Carlos Santana with 2 outs, and Jason Kipnis at first base.
No, AC, Asdrubal.
That's right. Cabby's at first base.
Yeah, he's going to be taking off here, so let's see if we can get a 3-2 home run here and at least get on the board and get the crowd into it.
All right, Sergeant Major, power of the Marines behind Santana here.
Okay.
There it is.
There it is. I just willed it. Here he goes. Bring it home, baby.
There you go.
Around third. He'll score. You did it.
I told you.
There you go. He got a running start from first base on the full count. And you rarely see Santana hit a ball down the third baseline. But this one's going to stay right inside the bag at third. This is going to be our McDonald's. I'm loving it. He left a breaking ball up in the strike zone and slashes it that way. And I mean right over the bag. If Cabrera's not off and running, he doesn't score. But Steve Smith around third is going to wave him around. The Indians are going to take a 1-0 lead, and they did it with 2 outs.
So an RBI double for Carlos Santana, scoring as Dribble Cabrera. 1-0 Indians here in the third inning. I'll go and talk to James McDonald, who's already thrown 63 pitches here. We're not even through the third.
Well, he's left a couple of breaking balls up today. That was the first time he wasn't able to get away with one. Chisenhall had an 0-2 base hit with a pitch upstairs in the zone. Ray Surridge, the pitching coach, just wants to settle him down and say, all right, get through it. You know, this Pittsburgh team, they have a tough time scoring runs. You don't want to fall behind too often, too early. And he had a chance to get out of the inning with 2 outs.
Santana in scoring position for the Indians' hottest hitter right now, Michael Brantley. First time up, he hit the ball hard to deep center, but he was retired. See what he does here with the runner in scoring position and 2 outs.
Okay, so what are you doing after her? You're not doing any. Are you going to the radio booth, or are you just going to mingle around with some of your friends?
Yeah, I'm going to head on back down. I'm sitting with a group of Marines, and we're going to enjoy one another's company. They hadn't seen a few of them in quite a few years, and then I'm just going to sit back, drink a couple of beers, and watch a great ball game.
Beautiful. You staying for the fireworks show tonight?
How can you not?
Yeah, that's good. They put on a heck of a display. I'm sure if you spent 100 games out there in that seat, you saw them a couple of times.
I might even make my way over there and ask if I can shoot the things off.
They might let you.
Yeah.
We'll have to make a phone call. Put a call in and see if we can take care of them.
Here's the 1-1 to Brantley. Now 2-1 to the Tribe center fielder.
Were you ever a softball player, or did you ever try baseball?
Oh, yeah, I absolutely played baseball in high school growing up. Yeah, I played lacrosse, played hockey, played rugby.
Lacrosse, that's good sports right there.
Yeah.
Never a skater, though. No hockey?
Yeah, I played hockey, yeah.
Brantley to left field. That one will hang up there, and Alex Presley will make the catch. So that'll retire the Indians. They get a run home. Sergeant Major, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks
Pleasure
so much,
meeting
brother.
you and talking to you.
You got us a run, boss.
All right, brother. Great seeing you again.
Nice seeing
Great
you.
seeing you.
All right. We'll have Top of the fourth, Marine Week here at Progressive Field. The Indians leading the Pirates 1-0 as they open up a 3-game interleague series with Pittsburgh. Walker, McCutchen, and Jones here in the fourth inning against Justin Masterson, who has thrown only 41 pitches through 3 innings. James McDonald for Pittsburgh has thrown 67, Rick, a difference of 26.
But, Katie, tell us the game plan is to make him work, to get him over that 15-pitch limit per inning and try and get him out of the ball game. So far, so good.
Walker with a single and then a stolen base back in the first inning.
How about Sergeant Major Michael Barrett? Is he a fun
guy?
guy?
Huh?
I mean to tell you, he loves his country, his city. He's a good dude, man.
Yes, we had a lot of fun with him. His last inning got the Indians their first run.
Yes, he did. That goes on his docket.
Yep. 1-1 here to Neil Walker. Checked his swing. In time, says Gary Cederstrom. So the Indians get Masterson a run. And Justin has only given up 1 hit thus far tonight.
Yeah, that was a Neil Walker single the other way that Hanahan got a little leather on, but it was able to squeak through the infield.
We've got a bit of a shift on that infield. Cabrera pretty close to up the middle, though still on the shortstop side of the bag as you get a look there. Director Steve Warren showing you that shot. Now a full count to Neil Walker. He broke an 0 for 10 slump with that last hit in the first inning. Fouls that one off to stay alive. Now, for Pittsburgh to generate runs, you pretty much need Walker and McCutchen and Jones and those guys to do something in the middle part of this order, because now after that, I mean, hitters 5 through 9 are really struggling.
Well, that's true. But, I mean, one thing, there it is. Oh, he's got it working. He's got, what, 1, 2, 5 in a row?
5 in a row, 6 overall for Masterson.
Yeah, 5 straight strikeouts. You know, when you don't face a guy and you don't have a history with him like Masterson, it's not the easiest guy in the world to face, even if you're left-handed. You're not sure. You see the movement, the late movement. He realized it was too late. He took that called third strike. So Masterson has 3 called third strikes so far out of his 6 punch-outs, and 5 straight strikeouts.
And McCutchen was the first strikeout victim, and he takes strike 1
when
with the
guys
swing.
Start swinging and missing like they're doing right now, guys will get up there and get aggressive early and try and put the ball in play. They don't want him to get to 2 strikes because he has such a good slider, and he might be able to have a couple of easy innings throughout the course of this ball game if they get aggressive.
Well, Masterson is dealing here today, and it seems the smoothness of his delivery is playing a big part too.
Well, last 4 starts, 23 strikeouts and 3 walks. So that certainly helps. Yeah, when you get wild, he's not flying open. He's relaxed and just boom. It's nice and free and easy.
One and 2 here to McCutchen. Masterson has struck out 5 in a row. Looking for number 6 right here. That one inside. Pirates no runs on 1 hit. Indians 1 run on 3 hits. Both clubs errorless ball thus far. McCutchen stays alive here as he hits that one to the mezzanine. Now a full count to McCutchen. So pretty good at bat here by the Pirates' best hitter. And ball 4. Let's take a look at our University Hospitals minor league update for tonight. And we've got to look at a player that Was up here a little bit last season. Corey Kluber did a nice job last night in the 4-0 win for the Columbus Clippers. 7 innings, 4 hits, struck out 5. 78 strikeouts, now are second in the International League. Don't forget to check out Indians Minor League Magazine Tuesday nights at 6 here on Sports Time Ohio. But Corey Kluber, he was known as a strikeout pitcher when the Indians got him a couple of years ago in that Jake Westbrook deal. He was in Double-A at the time. And another Indians pitcher on the doorstep. Here's Garrett Jones. Flew out to Johnny Damon in left field his first time up. Keep in mind, Andrew McCutchen a threat to steal over at first base. He's been successful 13 of 17 times this year. Jones pops that one up, foul, headed towards the seats.
Send along some birthday wishes tonight. Yolanda Joniak is turning 92. Scott Murphy, his birthday tonight. Happy birthday. Clarence Coley of Cortland is 94. Al Bixel of Parma is 80. And Andres Torres, stationed in San Diego in the Navy, is 37. Happy birthday to each and every one of you. Had to get them in. It's a busy night tonight.
It is a busy night. We'll have Tyler Naquin, the Indians' first-round pick, who just signed today, coming up next inning. We'll talk live with him as Justin Masterson had McCutchen leaning a little bit there. 0-2 the count to Garrett Jones. That came right back over the plate for strike 3, and Jones just turns around and heads to the dugout. 7th strikeout victim tonight. Let's take a look, speaking of strikeouts, of Justin Masterson, the Ford highlight reel brought to you by your Northeast Ohio Ford dealers.
I'll tell you what, that's pretty good stuff. The fastball he's dotting the eye with, and he's that slider they can't lay off of. 7 punch-outs for Masterson. He did have 10, if you recall, his very first start this year against Toronto. And then 8 was the most he had after that. He has 7 right now.
Here's Casey McGee taking strike 1. So Masterson has recorded 11 outs tonight. 7 of those have been strikeouts. See the numbers on McGee. He was acquired by the Pirates back on December 12th of the offseason. They sent Jose Veras to the Brewers for McGee, and quickly he's down 0-2. One and 2 now to Casey McGee. He was voted the Milwaukee Brewers MVP by the Milwaukee chapter of the Baseball Writers Association of America back in 2010. And then traded away this past offseason.
That's what happens when you win the MVP award. They trade you. Uh-oh.
Broke his bat. Bloop to right. It'll drop for a base hit. McCutchen into third easily. And now the Pirates with something cooking here with 2 outs in the 4th inning. Runners at the corners.
Not much you could do. McCutchen was off and running there, and he just put the bat on the ball. He broke his bat right off the end, and it just happened to fall in. It's a good pitch. He's a slider away, but he just gets a piece of it. McCutchen goes to third, so they'll have runners at the corners now with 2 outs.
Here's Pedro Alvarez. Grounded out to Asdrubal Cabrera at short. His first time up back in the 2nd inning. Fouls that one into the camera bay. Although Alvarez is only batting .191, he does have 25 runs batted in this year. Just off the plate. 7 of Alvarez's 8 homers have come against right-handers. Masterson trying to work out of it here in the 4th inning. Now 2-1 to Alvarez. Indians up by a run. The Pirates threatening here in the 4th. Now 2-2 to Alvarez. Well, Rick, the last couple of innings, it seems like he's had 2 strikes on every hitter.
Well, yeah, he has. And that one there, he was able to get him to chase a bad pitch on a 2-1 count. But an opportunity now to get out of this inning and keep it a 1-0 ball game.
Friday night crowd at Progressive Field getting behind Masterson here. They'd love to see his 8th strikeout against Alvarez. And now the count goes full.
Well, they wanted it away, and he goes inside. And rarely will you get a call when that catch has to go all the way back to the other side of the plate. He missed his location by about 2 feet there. And it wasn't a bad pitch. So now they'll get a head start at first base.
That one just off the plate. So Alvarez walks, and now the base is loaded with 2 outs here in the 4th. And don't forget to stop by tomorrow and see Chuck Coletti. He's at Rally Alley starting at 2 o'clock. We'll have the new STO prize wheel out there, so you can win some STO stuff. I know Rick wants to check that out.
Yes, I do.
Chuck Coletti and Chuck's Last Call live from Indians Rally Alley tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock. Right outside Progressive Field. Rally Alley, a fun time.
I'll need a last call before I come up here and do the game at 4.
Make sure you check it out. There's the details. Now Jose Tabata. He takes strike 1. He was strikeout victim back in the 2nd inning.
And I think when it went deep into the count with Alvarez, Masterson just wanted to make sure he didn't want to make a mistake there to the left-hander, knowing he has the right-hander on deck. So he goes right at him and gets ahead in the count.
Fouls that one straight down.
Of course it's going to get Santana right in the toe, I'll bet.
Boy, he has taken more
That's
foul
about
tips
3
this year.
tonight. And let's see if it's the knee or the foot. Right there off the top of the foot. You see where it's sitting sideways. He lays down on that leg, man, and he exposes a lot of his body.
Santana taking a moment. Bases loaded with 2 outs here in the 4th inning for the Pirates. Indians up 1-0. And the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Foul tip held on to by Santana. 8th strikeout tonight for Justin Masterson. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 1-0 try. To the bottom of the fourth inning, we'll see Damon, Kochman, and Chisenhall. And we're joined now by the Indians' first-round pick this year, Tyler Naquin from Texas A&M, and signed today. And welcome aboard.
Yes, sir. It's a thrilling experience to be here. My family watching on, and it's definitely been an emotional roller coaster for that matter. So,
well, congratulations to you, number 1 draft pick, number 15 overall. Did you think you were going to go that high?
Didn't think so. I knew there was a chance in the first round somewhere. Teammate Michael Walker got to go at 19th overall, and I was 15th overall. So, good day for the Aggies on that day, and then had 5 other guys go in the draft.
2-1 now to Johnny Damon. Tyler described as the best pure hitter in the draft by Baseball America. Also a great arm in the outfield. Tell me a little bit about your game and what we can expect from you.
And just playing hard. I believe in, you hit a ground ball, run it out. You could make an error. Anything could happen. It's a weird game, baseball. Just hit the ball hard, try to square it up, make things happen. And in the outfield, just play fast and try to throw people out. It's my job. So.
Well, you're going to get an opportunity. So you're going to go to Mahoning Valley.
Yes,
they
sir.
open up on Monday. So you get a chance to play. You got to be looking forward to it, huh?
Oh yeah, pumped up. We lost out on 2.5 weekends ago, and be able to head out there and start getting a pro career underway and just play hard and try to work up here to the big club.
That's going to be a lot of fun. Now you play about how many games? 60 games or so in college?
Somewhere in there, 65.
65 games. You got to get ready for now. Not this year, of course, but maybe next year when you get to spring training, about 140 ball games, and that's going to be probably the biggest difference that you're going to have to make.
Right.
And that's it's fun though. It's fun going day in and day out doing that.
Oh yeah.
There's Casey Kochman.
Now you played right field in college, right? And
yes, sir.
They want you to play center field. You're going to play down in Mahoning Valley. You're going to play center field.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That'll be fun. Have you played it before?
I have my whole life until I got to A&M. With the arm strength, try to shut down runners from first to third. And,
right.
Anybody going home and whatnot. And it seemed to work out.
It's a fun place to patrol, man. If you can cover some ground, make some diving catches, and get it in, it's a great place to play.
For sure.
Everything right in front of you. You get behind the pitcher and get a good look at it.
Yeah, you can get great jumps, and it's easier to play than left or right. You don't have to worry about the slice. You see it hit, and that's where it's going.
That's
you got to
right.
get it.
For the most part, that's no doubt about it. If you're good, do you like to play shallow? Do you like to play deep?
Just rather play a little bit more shallow. I'm
that a boy.
Bit, going back on the ball.
That's what I like.
This guy probably played the most shallow center field I've ever seen.
That's what I like. A shallow center field and get back. If you can go after a ball over your head, that's a lot of fun.
Here's Lonnie Chisenhall. 1-1 count to him. Tyler, you batted .381 last year, .380 this year. A lot of consistency at the plate. What's your idea when you're in the batter's box hitting?
Approach is just mainly just sit fastball. If you're a little bit early on a breaking ball, you see it up and still, just swing hard. And, good things are happening. Always try to get yours. Those first two strikes. After 2 strikes, just put it in play, and something's bound to happen. So just try to use the other half of the field, and if you tend to get one on the inner half, make something big happen.
It sounds like Ricky's after your heart there, because that's exactly what you talk about hitting.
That's the fun part about it. You're right. You got to learn to hit a fastball. You can hit a fastball. You'll always make adjustments to off-speed pitches. That's not a concern. And I mean, once you get to pro ball, you'll see a lot of different things. Different pitchers, right-handed, left-handed. You're starting a part of your life that's going to be a lot of fun, man, in professional baseball. No question.
Chisenhall hits that one high on the infield. Walker is there. And he records it for the 3rd out. Well, Tyler, thanks for stopping by. Best of luck to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We'll keep up with you at Mahoning Valley.
Appreciate
Good luck,
it.
Ty.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Indians' first-round pick, Tyler Naquin, joining us here. We go to the 5th, 1-0 Tribe. 17 locations in Northeast Ohio. By Levin's, home of the CLE Posturepedic mattress, made right here in Northeast Ohio. And by Kia. As you get a look at the gorgeous sunset over Lake Erie tonight. Perfect night.
Oh, it's a great night tonight. We've had a lot of fun up here, haven't we?
We have. Guests coming up. And
number 1 draft pick. We've got a
well-pitched game.
A homie, my Marine buddy.
Yep, from Niagara Falls.
Yeah, that's great. And a very well-pitched game.
Just as we say that, this ball by Rod Barajas hit deep to left.
It's going to stay in.
And Damon in that corner, running out of room, but had just enough space to make the catch for out number 1.
This is what I'm talking about earlier when they're going to try and get on him early because of the strikeouts he's throwing up there. So there's a first pitch. It's fair ball right down the line, but Damon makes the catch.
So Barajas 0 for 2 tonight. Now Josh Harrison. He struck out his only time up back in the 3rd inning. He'll be followed by Alex Presley as it's hitters 8, 9, and 1 here in the Pirates order in the 5th. Justin Masterson now at 73 pitches. And 47 of those for strikes. But it's 2-0 here to Harrison, who has some speed. He's had 11 straight batters until that Barajas flyout with 2 strikes, Rick.
Yeah, I mean, that's why they better get aggressive. He's doing his job. When he gets to 2 strikes, and a lot of times he's been ahead of him 0-2, 1-2. Very tough to hit when a guy has stuff like Masterson to battle with 2 strikes because he never throws the ball straight. Couple of singles, one hit the other way by Walker, the other one off the end of the bat by McGee.
Here's the 2-2. Harrison lines that one right up the middle. There comes Brantley, but he won't be able to make the catch as that one was dropping fast.
Well, hardest hit ball of the night that comes by the guy in the number 9 hole. So you never do know. He put a good swing on it. This is looked like a hanging slider to me. Yep. That ball that stayed up, yeah, a little spinner up top, and he took advantage of it and hit it, stroked it right into center field. So a 1-out single.
So Harrison aboard with the Pirates' 3rd hit of the night. 1 out for Alex Presley, the top of the Pirates batting order. He's 0 for 2 this evening. And there goes Harrison. Throw to second.
Got him.
Right there. Carlos Santana guns him down.
Nice throw. Looked like he had a pretty good jump at Santana. Didn't panic. And now he gets one. He comes up and didn't overthrow that ball. He stayed behind it nicely. Right on the money. Nice throw. Good play. Out number 2.
Santana now, you see the numbers on the screen. 37.5% nailing would-be base stealers, and he's really improved on that area this year, Rick. And
yes, he has.
Helps your pitchers out quite a bit.
Well, you know, a lot of times he would fly open with that front shoulder last year, and the ball would sail on him, and he was not accurate. This year he's not. He stayed in there, kept his front foot. It's all footwork. When he stays closed, he throws the ball. There's no tail to it, and that one was right on the money. I think you learn sometimes you just get rid of it quickly. You don't have to hump it up and throw it 100 miles an hour as long as you're accurate.
The 0-2 to Presley just misses. 1-2.
Let's check out the footwork of Carlos right here on the throw. It was a good pitch to throw on. That left foot, get it out, and you can see that mask is all over his face, but it was right on the money, and he knew it was going to be close.
The grounder to second base. Kipnis retires Presley. Pirates done in the 5th inning. We go to the bottom half. Indians still up by a run. we get a look at some of the STO staffers down there in the dugout suite. Some of the folks that worked on the high school coverage. Yes.
Bachman Turner Overdrive.
Yes.
There. White shirt.
Our pregame show producer is Jack Hanahan. Again, hits it well. But again, it's McCutcheon right there to make the catch. He's done that twice tonight. So one out here in the fifth. Let's take a look at our great clip of the game from yesterday. Great clips. It's going to be great. Shin-Soo Choo, 2 homers yesterday in Cincy.
Yeah, as Chu said, it was all for naught, though. He was a little upset at not only in a loss, but he did hit the 2 home runs and also punched out 3 times. So he says it's getting close.
Well, he struck out twice here tonight. He sends that one foul. Both teams with 3 hits, no errors for either side. Both clubs 4 left on base, but the difference, the Indians an RBI double by Carlos Santana. That came back in the 3rd inning, 1-0. Indians over James McDonald. I had a chance a year or so ago to talk to Neil Huntington, the general manager from Pittsburgh, and I said, Neil, who do you really like that you have here as part of this young team? And he said, this guy right here, James McDonald. And this was before a lot of people knew who he was or the ability he's had, but this year those thoughts have come to fruition.
Well, 12 starts. This is his 13th, but in his 12 starts, has never given up more than 3 runs.
Choo hits it well to left center, but McCutcheon with that speed will run it down in the alley.
Made it look easy covering that ground, didn't he?
Sure did. So 2 outs here in the 5th. Let's check in with Dave Chudowski in our Hyundai studio for this update. Dave.
Al, thank you. Rockies, Tigers, top of 4. Chris Nelson, see ya. His 3rd of the year. It's off Casey Crosby, and it is 4-3 Rockies right now in the 5th. By the way, Nelson has a triple, so a triple and a homer. Maybe possible cycle. We'll see. Back to you.
Could happen tonight, Dave. Thanks for the update. 4-3 Rocks. They're in Detroit tonight. White Sox play later. They have a 10 o'clock game. Asdrubal Cabrera bats with 2 outs here in the 5th inning. He's walked in his previous 2 plate appearances, but as we've talked about tonight, Indians want to show patience with McDonald, and Cabrera has done just that.
Well, he come around to score the only run for the Indians. He had a head start. Remember the 3-2 count to Santana, off and running. Able to score from first on a ball that just grounded down the 3rd baseline off the tarp.
Now 2-2 to Cabrera. As McDonald settles down a little bit. He's retired the last 6 Indians hitters that he's faced. Again, a full count to Asdrubal Cabrera.
You know, he's done a nice job of keeping him in the game. He hasn't had his best pitch for me. I mean, I've only watched him pitch on television before, and he's had a great curveball. He hasn't had a good one tonight. So he's working minus 1 weapon and still doing a great job.
Strikes out Cabrera. That's his 5th strikeout tonight. 5 innings in the books. Still 1-0 Indians.
Jess. They are today's lucky $25 Indians Fun Money winner. You can be a winner too. All you have to do is buy tickets to sit out here in the Subway Extreme Fan Zone. Jess, how are the seats out here?
They are great. Enjoying the game. It's really nice out tonight.
Absolutely. They're having a good time. You can do. Again, all you got to do is sit here in the Subway Extreme Fan Zone. Subway, where winners eat. Al, Rick, we'll send it back over to you guys.
All right, Katie, as we head to the 6th inning, I think that's the 3rd different top I've seen Katie in tonight. She's had the Marine Week, the Santana jersey.
Well, you know how women are. They like to change clothes.
Yeah. We're only in the 6th inning. Neil Walker will lead it off for Pittsburgh. McCutchen and Jones will follow him. It's hitters 2, 3, and 4. Walker 1 for 2 tonight with a strikeout here in the 4th inning. Justin Masterson 8 strikeouts tonight. Now 12 of 20 first pitch strikes. That one hit hard to right. Chu back. And this one over his head, and it will bounce into the seats. Ground rule double for Neil Walker, and he's in scoring position with nobody out here in the 6th inning.
He smoked this ball. I mean, he gets a fastball to his liking on the inner part of the plate and hits it over the head of Chu. It bounces into the seats. So the 12th double for Walker. That ball was smoked.
Yeah. So he's in scoring position now for Andrew McCutchen, their team leader in RBIs this year with 37. 0 for 1 tonight with a walk and a strikeout. A foul ball there for 0-1. McCutchen has tallied 23 runs batted in his last 25 games. And with runners in scoring position, he's hitting .358. So this is the guy, no doubt, the Pirates want up there with the runner on second. Up the middle, Cabrera will make the play at first. Advancing to third is Walker with 1 out here in the 6th. Let's take a look at tonight's recap, brought to you by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. The Indians with the only run tonight right here on the Carlos Santana RBI double. And Justin Masterson 8 strikeouts here into the 6th inning. Find out about more than 30 Toyota offers available now at buyatoyota.com.
Interesting alignment. Infield's in, but 3 of them are on the right side.
That's for Garrett Jones. Yeah, that's something you see every day as you get a look there.
I mean, normally when you put that shift on, you've got Kipnis that's going to play shallow right. You've got Cabrera. Now they're going to try and cut off the run, so they're playing in to cut it off. And Walker runs better than average, so.
Jones.
Oh, look at that's the.
Fisted short.
That's what happens.
Great catch over his shoulder. The runner tags, but he'll have to stay right there. Jason Kipnis going back to his
Beautiful
outfield
play.
roots to make that catch.
You know what? That was a beautiful play because Walker did the right thing. He went back to tag up. That's where that can beat you when you play the infield in the little blooper because the outfield's deep. But Kipnis does a good job of putting his back to the infield. And as Walker tags, he's going to make sure that that throw's on line. It was a great throw. He would have been out, but you have to force him to make the throw. If he sees it's offline, he continues. If it's a throw like Kipnis made, he goes back. Nicely done. Good play.
So now Casey McGee with 2 outs and a runner at third. And he grounds this one to second. Kipnis will make the play. Masterson's out of it. Pirates still have not plated a run through 6. Indians lead it by 1. In the heart of the order for the Tribe, Kipnis, Santana, and Brantley will face James McDonald in a pitcher's duel here tonight at Progressive Field. 1-0 Indians. And Jason Kipnis tonight 0 for 2.
Turned in a nice play with one out and is back to the infield to make a good throw to keep the guy Walker at third base.
He'll take a strike there. You know, Kipnis has really been hitting the ball, especially in the 3-hole. His last 20 games, he's batting .329. And while in the 3-hole, .340 this year, Rick. So some guys, though, you put them in the 3-hole and it makes them even better. Kipnis hits that one hard to left, but right at the left fielder, Alex Presley, who records it for the first out. And time now for Miller Time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Major power of the Marines behind Santana here.
Okay.
There it is.
There it is. I just willed it. Here he goes. Bring it home, baby.
There you go.
Around third. He'll score. You did it.
I told you.
There you go. Beautiful, wasn't it?
So Santana the RBI and Sergeant Major Michael Barrett the assist.
Well, I'm telling you, he's into it. He loves everything he does. And he was into that one. 3-2. That's the only run of the ball game. Be neat if it stayed that way.
Sure would.
We'd have to have him on as our post-game guest. Tell Katie to get ready.
Tony Watson getting loose in the Pirates bullpen. Now 3-0 to Santana. It's nice to see him go the other way with that, too, to get that double.
Boy, oh boy, you're not kidding. He's been in a dead pull mode with a long swing. You know, and it's baby steps when you're talking about trying to get back. You know, he missed the week with the concussion, and you come back and you're right in the number 4 hole. And I'll tell you what, it's not an easy thing to do, but he's got to start, you know, just from little things.
That one high on the infield. Josh Harrison records it for the second out. Time now for our trivia answer, brought to you by AT&T for the trivia question here tonight. If you'll recall, we were wondering who since 1982 Indians players have had consecutive seasons of 10-plus triples.
Do you have any guesses?
I would guess Kenny Lofton.
Brett Butler, and how about Grady?
Oh, Grady Sizemore. There you go.
I knew it would be Brett Butler, and Grady was he was right there. Remember when he had the triples, the doubles, the homers?
And Butler turns 55 years old today. Happy birthday to Brett Butler.
Does he?
Mike pocked on that one for us.
Oh, okay. I thought you were checking celebrity birthdays or baseball birthdays today.
That page wouldn't load for me. Now Michael Brantley still trying to extend that hitting streak. It's 2-0 here. And here's the stat of the game, brought to you by GMC, your Northern Ohio GMC dealers. It's the longest in the majors thus far, and he hits that one well. But back goes Presley, and he'll have room. And the Indians go 3 up, 3 down here in the 6th. Still 1-0 Tribe as we head to the 7th in downtown Cleveland.
Dollar Dog Hot Dog Night will be Thursday, July 5th. The Indians taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. Dollar hot dogs all night long. If you want to get tickets now, log on to Indians.com. While you're there, check out those season tickets. You can still get really great seats at great prices. Indians.com/season tickets. That's where it is. Al, Rick, we'll send it back over to you guys.
Thanks, Katie. As we head here to the 7th inning, the Pirates with hitters 6, 7, and 8, Alvarez, Tabata, and Barajas. Justin Masterson now at 90 pitches. Alvarez a ground out. His first time up, walked his last time. Fouls that one at the plate there. And Rick, we've talked about it. Strike one has been the key for Masterson tonight. He does so there.
Remember when you said he had the 12 straight 2-strike batters where they started to go? He's getting outs early in the count now. Last 8 guys have seen 22 pitches. So he's starting to get ahead of them, and they're putting it in play. And he was able to escape last inning with a runner at third base and only 1 out.
An 0-2 here to Alvarez. Looks very similar tonight, Rick, to what he did in St. Louis on Saturday. Would you agree?
Yes, but the only thing in the difference on Saturday was he gave up a solo home run. Other than that, he was outstanding. He's been very good again tonight. He has walked too, but he's got 8 strikeouts.
Make it 9.
Okay.
Alvarez caught looking.
I like that.
He's the first out here in the 7th inning.
Come back in there, and there's been a number of the Pittsburgh hitters. Look at Santana, let that ball come down. 5 of his 9 have been called.
The line on Masterson.
6.
He has been impressive here tonight. Tabata now, who has been a strikeout victim both times he's been at the plate in the 2nd and 4th inning. Now here in the 7th with 1 out. Hey, Taco Bell inside, Doritos outside. The new Doritos Locos. Tacos only at Taco Bell. It is crazy good. Just had one of those the other night. It was.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, very good. 2-1 here to Tabata. Now a hitter's count for the Pirates right fielder. And a walk for Tabata. Third one tonight for Masterson, and he's aboard with 1 out here in the 7th inning. And Jimmy Hanlon and Teed Up Ohio has given you a chance to play the Firestone South Course 1 month before Tiger, Rory, and Phil play it in the Bridgestone Invitational. It's 1 day only. That's July 2nd. Proceeds will benefit the First Tee program. You can register by visiting stohd.com. Playing slots are going fast, so don't delay. stohd.com. Really a great opportunity there for a good cause. So 1 out with the runner at first for Rod Barajas. He struck out his first time out. Flew out to left his second. And Vinny Pistano has begun to throw in the Indians bullpen. Well, he didn't have an opportunity to pitch all week, Rick, with the sweep in Cincy. He's getting loose here.
Yeah, he's getting ready for that 8th inning, and they're hoping that Masterson can get through this 7th here.
Barajas hits that one well, but Brantley has a beat on it. 2 outs in the 7th.
Sitting along our last happy anniversary, happy 49th anniversary to James and Jeannie Dillard of Painesville.
So Josh Harrison, the number 9 hitter, he's 1 for 2 tonight, had a solid line drive single his last time up. He'll bat with 2 outs, and Tabata at first base for the Pirates. In front of that one. Strike 1 again. So now 101 pitches for Masterson. McDonald is at 101 for Pittsburgh. As you get a look at the numbers there. And this first of a 3-game series this weekend with Pittsburgh here at Progressive Field. Tomorrow, 4:05. Ubaldo Jimenez will throw for the Tribe. Don't forget to come by early. Rally Alley. Fun time. Chuck Coletti will be out there. Broadcasting live starting at 2 o'clock. Then Father's Day. Come on out. We'll have our next telecast for you tomorrow as well, right here on STO, 3:30. Indians on deck. Friday for Father's Day, and take advantage of that opportunity to play catch on the field after the game. Again, it's only $15. You can order in advance, or you can get your tickets here for that at Progressive Field. Now, that really a great opportunity. And now Justin Masterson looking for his 10th strikeout is ahead 0-2 to Josh Harrison here in the 7th.
Keep your eye at first base. Maybe flip over there one time. There you go. 0-2 count. A lot of times managers will start that runner. You know, even though this is the 9th place hitter, he has a hit tonight. So you may figure you don't have to hit out, pitch out. You just make sure you're letting him know that you know he's over there.
There's a look at Tabata. 7 for 14 in the stolen base category.
Yeah, he's not a burner. He's not a big base stealer. That's why if you pay attention to him, he shouldn't get one.
There's the 1-2. There he goes. The pitch grounded to third, but foul.
This is a situation where you have to try. I mean, it's a one-run ball game. And this is a guy at the plate that's not an extra base hit machine. He can get your base hits, but down in the count, he's going to battle and just try and put the ball in play. So your managers will try to start that runner to get him into scoring position. And if something happens, he gets thrown out, then he comes back to lead off the inning.
I think Clint Hurdle, like you're talking about, Rick, just looking for something to get this bottom of the order going for Pittsburgh.
Well, you have to. That's how they play the game.
There he goes again. Santana's throw is not in time.
So the gamble pays off.
Yep, stolen base for Tabata.
You know, the throw was high by Santana. And it was a good pitch to throw on another high fastball. Instead of pitching out, that's what you do. You just make it so your catcher gets up and throws. But that time he tried to muscle it, I think, a little bit. And he gets in there. So now there's the tying run in scoring position. That was close. That throw was just 6 inches down more. He's out.
Now the 2-2 and hit him. Breaking pitch got away from Masterson and hit Harrison square in the back.
He sure did.
So he'll head down to first base.
Look at this breaking ball. Gets underneath it and just got away. Got him right on the H of his last name. There's no way he could get out of the way of that one. So now comes Manny Acta, and he may make a change because he's walking. Usually if he's going to come out and talk to Masterson, he'd jog, and Pastano may be ready, so he may be going to that bullpen. He's asking right now how you feel, what happened. Usually a manager has his mind made up when he's going to make it. So, okay, he's going to let him stay in there. He took the long, slow walk, but he's back up to the top of the lineup, and Presley will be facing him for the 4th time. Now he's got a little jog to him.
So Pastano is ready. Justin Masterson says, let me get out of this one here in the 7th. First and second with 2 outs for Alex Presley, who's 0 for 3 tonight. Well, it seems Masterson's the one guy, Rick, who this year Manny Acta will go to the hill. It's happened before. Justin's talked to him and said, hey, I'm still good. Let me get this last guy.
Well, he's convinced he's throwing the ball very well tonight, and he has been. And you know what? If he had any concerns, he'd remove him. But he feels he's good enough and has enough stuff to get this guy.
That went inside.
Boy, that's not good.
Got away from Santana. So the runners will both move into scoring position now with 2 outs.
That is not good. Because now a base hit and he could end up losing this game. That ball just got away from him. Goes back to the backstop.
It'll go as a wild pitch. So now 1-0 to Presley. 2 outs. There's your base runners. At third is Tabata. At second is Harrison. And Harrison has some wheels. So any sort of a hit to the outfield you would think would score 2. Swing and a miss there by Presley.
That had to be a changeup. That wasn't his good fastball. It was 86 miles an hour, so he took something off and had Presley out front.
That one lifted to left. Johnny Damon is there. Indians out of the inning. Justin Masterson does it. He's through 7. Pirates still haven't scored. And we'll head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. But right now, let's send it over to the 45-person Quantico Marine Corps Band, who will be performing God Bless America.
Ladies and gentlemen, during the 7th inning stretch, we continue to remember and salute those who are overseas defending our freedoms and liberties. Now please welcome the Quantico Marine Corps Band for their performance of God Bless America.
And a new pitcher is on for the Pittsburgh Pirates after McDonald goes 6 innings tonight for the Buccos, giving up only 1 run.
It'll be Tony Watson coming on for the 28th time. A 3-0 record, 4.26 ERA. Opposition hitting just 197. Has pitched 19 innings. He's walked 9 and struck out 16. He'll be on to face Damon, Kochman, and Chisenhall, all left-handers.
And down to Katie Witham now, who has a very special Marine guest.
Thanks, Al. Hanging out with Sergeant Major Michael Burke up here in a suite for the ball game. Now, Marine Week in town. I know you're doing a lot of stuff today, but also tomorrow. Where can fans catch up and hang out?
Oh, if you want to see Marines tomorrow, you need to be at the Burke Lakefront Airport about 10 a.m. Bring your chairs, bring your water, bring your sunscreen, blankets, because we're going to be there all day till about 4 o'clock, and we're going to bring it all. We're going to have the silent drill platoon out there performing. The martial arts Marines are going to be out there, the working military working dogs, the Marine Corps Band, and then the culminating event is when the Special MAG Task Forces attack Burke Lake for an airport with airplanes, aircraft, tanks, Marines falling from the sky. We're going to seize it for the forces of good and freedom and wrap it up with that for Cleveland. We're going to save the day. It's going to be great.
I love it. What a show. And I know the show continues here at the ballpark tomorrow night with more demonstrations. I hear that this may be your first or second time in the ballpark as a Tribe fan. What do you think? How's it going?
Well, you know, I have to be honest with you. I've never really been a fan of baseball. But, you know, after watching this and experiencing this, I think I could convert. I could become a Tribe fan. I'll even throw out the first pitch tomorrow.
There we go. I love it. Appreciate your time, Sergeant Major.
Hey, thank you
so much.
That's great. Thank you.
Guys, listen it back to you.
All right, Katie, we've made him a baseball fan.
Beautiful. Well, it's a great crowd, great night, great ball game.
Johnny Damon loops that one to center. It's down for a base hit. Damon with his first hit tonight. He's 1 for 3. And the Indians, their leadoff batter, aboard here in the 7th inning.
Well, he gets enough of this one off the end of the bat. He bloops it over the head of Harrison at short. So a start here to the bottom half of the second. And I'm sure that Maniac would love to add one more on. You know, that one run, they'd love to get a little insurance. So we'll probably see a bunt here.
Damon is the first Indians leadoff batter to get aboard tonight. Now Casey Kochman.
I see Lopez on deck. He's going to let him swing.
He fouls that one straight back. So it would appear Jose Lopez will pinch hit for Lonnie Chisenhall. Hitters 6, 7, and 8 here in the bottom of the 7th. As you get a look at the line on Kochman tonight, there's Lopez. So he gets ready in the on-deck circle. Check swing. And a called strike. So 0-2 to Kochman.
Well, he didn't even square around one time. Little surprised.
Yeah, Alvarez was in at third. Of course, he's back now with 2 strikes, but he thought the same thing you did, Rick.
Well, you have to in this situation.
If you're wondering, Damon is 1 for 1 in stolen bases, and he still has some good speed.
You know, the Indians, when you look at it, only 6 sacrifices on the year, so Manny doesn't like to give up outs.
Kochman stays alive as he fouls off that tough one there. Casey batting just 167 against left-handers this year. With that hit earlier tonight, he's now hit safely in 5 of his last 8 games. Now Watson steps off. Kochman a grounder towards the hole. It's through. Damon rounding second. He'll head to third. Here's the throw. It's cut off. Runners at the corners. Nobody out for the Tribe here in the 7th.
Well, I'll tell you what. He finds a hole. He gets him to third base. Job well done. He's able to reach out and pull that breaking ball. They didn't get it far enough away. Casey Kochman finds a hole. Damon, that ball goes in front of him, but he still puts his head down, and he is able to get to third base. So, well done. Now they have runners at the corners and an opportunity to add on.
So an opportunity for Jose Lopez, who will pinch hit for Lonnie Chisenhall here in the 7th inning. And that may be the end for Tony Watson, as Lopez this year has been very successful against lefties. .313 against left-handers, .227 against righties. But well, that's the pitching coach out there, so they're going to just talk about how they want to face him.
Yeah, they're not ready. Juan Cruz just got up, so Watson's going to end up having to face Lopez. So they're going to go out there and have a little scouting report on the mound with the infielder.
So they'll force home plate umpire Lance Barksdale to join in the conversation. And they're going to take some time here. And could they be seeing if they can get enough time for Juan Cruz to get ready?
Well, he won't be ready for this hitter, and probably not Hanahan either. Or Chu. I mean, he's going to end up having to face Lopez.
So this matchup favors the Indians. Infield in about midway. First and third, nobody out. Tribe trying to get some insurance. And a good pitch for strike one. Numbers on Lopez this year. He also loves hitting here at Progressive Field, a .345 hitter here at home. And he pops that one up. Neil Walker is there. And there's one out. For every home run hit this season by the Indians, Rick and Matt are donating $5, and Great Clips is donating $50 to the Gathering Place. Our season total's at $3,000. Great needs, great deeds, great clips. Touchedbycancer.org on the web for more info there. Well, Jack Hanahan will bat against the lefty, and Rick, his first two times up, he hit the ball hard, both times at McCutchen, who had to get back to make both catches.
We'll take another one just like that, because that would get a run home.
Tony Watson and the Pirates looking for the double play. Ball one to Jack Hanahan. Who against lefties this year, batting just .189. Watson taking time. Hanahan back off the disabled list today. Indians left-hander Scott Barnes sent out to make room for him. And Hanahan hits that one to left. And Presley makes the catch. Damon tags. He's coming home. Here's the throw. Out at the plate.
What a play.
Alex Presley, a great throw. And the tag applied by Rod Barajas, and Pittsburgh escapes. We'll watch it one more time on the way out. Still 1-0 Indians.
The authority of the Cleveland Indians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians.
To the eighth inning we go here at Progressive Field. 1-0 Indians lead the Pirates here tonight. Very well pitched game as you get a look in from our Panini's camera. Get overstuffed at Panini's Bar and Grill. And Justin Masterson, who threw 109 pitches tonight, a shutout through 7 innings. Boy, he pitched very well. His night is done, and now it's bullpen mafia time with Vinny Pistano.
Well, Masterson, yeah, you're looking at the numbers of Pistano, but Justin, his last 4 starts, 26 strikeouts, just 6 walks, and 8 straight starts of 2 runs or less of run support. But he is leaving with a lead, and it's 1-0. So we'll see if the bullpen can hold on to it. Cunningham remains in the game. He will go to left field.
And it'll be Neil Walker to bat first here for Pittsburgh. He sends that one to left field. A lazy fly. Aaron Cunningham makes the catch for the first out here of the 8th inning.
Well, say with a KeyBank Grand Slam 4-pack, a great value for any family. You'll get 4 seats in the mezzanine level right next to the kids' clubhouse, 4 hot dogs, 4 Pepsi products. Also 4 Indians caps and a parking pass, all for $96. Log on to Indians.com.
So 1 out in the 8th for Andrew McCutchen. He's 0 for 2 tonight with a walk. Vinny Pistano now appearing in his 11th game. Hitters are 4 for 35 against him with that last out as McCutchen took a big cut and missed for strike 1.
Well, this is the part of the bullpen that has been outstanding for Manny Acta this year. If you can get that 7 from your starter like Masterson give you, you turn it over to Pistano. And then Perez usually comes in. The last 7 times that those two, Pistano and Perez, have pitched in the same game, the 8th and the 9th, they have not allowed a run. They've allowed 7 hits, and they've had 18 strikeouts in the last 7 games. And they desperately need that tonight.
Well, tonight, obviously, a game that we kind of knew from the early going we were not going to see a lot of runs. Both offenses struggling a bit, and then McDonald against Masterson. Both teams throwing their number ones. And
could be like that the whole series.
Yep. We could see a very well-pitched series. Game 1 off to a good start in that department. McCutchen hits it hard to center. Brantley going back. He'll have room. And McCutchen gave it a ride, but Brantley is there for the second out. So now Garrett Jones with 2 outs and nobody on here in the 8th inning. Vinny Pistano trying to make it a clean 1-2-3. Lefty's hitting .209 against him this year. Pistano delivers strike 1. He hasn't pitched in nearly a week, but he looks right in that groove, Rick, that he's been in all season. Pop up. That'll make the seats.
Look at Vinny, man. He's sprinting after it.
He's going to take a look. Yeah.
It looked like he was going to dive into the seats for it. I mean, he comes off the mound like he's a shortstop. Watch this. There it goes. Forget it. I'm going after it. Look at the hustle. Atta boy. If that stayed in the ballpark, he was going to catch it.
Well, he runs in from the bullpen to take the mound, and he figures if I'm out here for 1 inning, I might as well get my running in as well.
Good for him.
Here's the 0-2 to Jones. Swing and a miss. On a nifty breaking ball, Santana will make the throw to first, and Vinny Pistano an easy 8th against the Pirates' best 2, 3, and 4. Bottom of the 8th inning up next. Still 1-0 Indians. Some of the STO staff there. Ashley Collins, Joe Rainiac. There's Will Ewick taking in the ball game. Several others. So you're going to look in from our Panini's cam. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Tribe with a 1-0 lead, and a new pitcher for Pittsburgh, Jason Grilli, who's been outstanding in the setup role this year.
1-1 record and a 1.50 ERA. 39 strikeouts in 24 innings. I mean, what did he come up with to do that? We've seen him before. Well, he's, putting it all together, huh?
He sure is. And Jason Grilli is averaging 16.5 strikeouts per 9 innings pitched. And he'll face the top of the Indians' batting order, Chu, Cabrera, and Kipnis here in the 8th. Chu 0 for 3, couple of strikeouts, and a fly out to center field. Indians with 1 run. It came back in the 3rd on an RBI double by Carlos Santana to score Cabrera from first with 2 outs. That has been it. Very well pitched game here tonight. Masterson went 7 for the Tribe, then Pistano in the 8th. It's been McDonald, Watson, and now Grilli for the Pirates. Check swing foul, 1-1. Oh, Rick, we've seen it here. Pistano and Perez in Pittsburgh, they have about the same thing going with Grilli and Hanrahan.
Yes, they do. Well, Pittsburgh has the best bullpen in the National League. Cincinnati was second. We saw them over the weekend. These guys are the best.
Two and 1 now to Chu. Good crowd here tonight. 31,920 on fireworks night. Also Marine Week. And plenty of the fans were checking out the tanks. Talked to Sergeant Major Michael Barrett here. He was saying how much fun that they were having. Get a look at the crowd here this evening on a perfect night for baseball. No breeze to speak of. Clear skies and a great night for a pitcher's duel. Now a full count to Chu. And ball 4. So for the second straight inning, the Indians get the leadoff batter aboard as Chu heads down to first base with the walk.
It was all fastballs in that count until the 3-2 pitch, and he threw him a slider.
Let's get a look at tonight's box score, brought to you by your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers, who invite you to come see the 2012 Sonata. Visit NorthernOhioHyundaiDealers.com today. Really not much going on for the hitters today. Kochman the only one with a multi-hit night. So here's Cabrera, who's walked twice and struck out. Inside for ball 1. So, Rick, do you try anything here with Chu at first?
Well, right now you're going to let Cabrera swing the bat. Try and find that hole between first and second. We'll look and see how quick Grilli releases that ball to home plate.
Chu not a big lead.
He gets rid of it so quickly, so it's going to be tough to steal a base here in this situation.
There's Chu at first. Nobody out here in the 8th. Nice pitch there by Grilli. The breaking ball comes over, and it's 1-2. In Detroit, the Tigers have tied up the Rockies at 4 in the bottom of the 6th inning. They're still batting with the bases loaded and 2 outs. White Sox coming up at 10 o'clock tonight. Now 2-2 to Asdrubal Cabrera. Check to make sure that Chu stays close. Cabrera batting just .284 against righties coming into today's game. .329 against left-handers. That one is foul. And we talked about it in the first inning, how you like Cabrera in that 2-hole for all he can do with the bat, for his patience. Showing that again here.
Right. Well, I mean, he had a good year last year when he was sitting in the number 2 hole. Chu was sitting 3, even though Chu had a rough year. I mean, I think he feels comfortable there, and he can handle the bat. He had some key and some big hits last year in this spot.
But he strikes out here as he gets a piece, but Barajas holds on. And Asdrubal Cabrera is out number 1 here in the 8th inning. 6th strikeout for Pirates pitching.
Well, he just went at him. That fastball had a little run to it going away. And Asdrubal swings through it.
So now Kipnis is also looking for his first hit of the evening. He's 0 for 3. Struck out his first time up. Blew out to left the other 2 times. Grilly's got that breaking pitch working. Combine that with the fastball, and you see why he's tough in the 8th inning.
Get me over slider for strike 1. You know, he's sitting there looking for that fastball that's anywhere 94, 95. So that first pitch he'll spit on that slider and hope he'll get a fastball to hit.
And there's the slider again, but this time it's low. Chris Perez warming in the Indians bullpen. He'll be on in the 9th. Indians at home tomorrow against the Pirates as you get a look at Perez. 4 o'clock, first pitch on Sunday for Father's Day, 1:05. Rally Alley tomorrow. Get here early. There goes Chu. Pitches outside, and Chu will be there safely as Barajas lost it in the transition. Stolen base for Chu is 9th of the year.
Yeah, he picked the right one to go on, didn't he? And you watch as he's transferring that ball from the glove. He had a good jump. It comes into the hand, and his hand was so far away from that glove, I don't know if he expected Chu to go. Watch where it's at. And that ball had some sink and some tail to it, so that was a long way to try and get that ball from his glove into his hand. His throwing hand couldn't do it. Dropped it, so Chu gets the stolen base.
He's in scoring position for the Indians' top RBI man this year. And now 2-2 to Jason Kipnis. Kipnis hitting .339 coming into tonight with runners on base. That's 9th best in the American League, and with runners in scoring position, .397.
Yeah, he's been a very clutch hitter for the Tribe this year.
Again, fouls that one off. Well, we've seen some good at-bats here against Jason Grilli in the 8th for Chu, Cabrera, and now Kipnis. Again, the 2-2. And a swing and a miss. So Grilli, his second strikeout, 2 down for Carlos Santana.
Comes back with the pitch. He started him off with a slider, but it was right there. That had some good drop to it. Looked like it might have been out of the zone, but he was able to get Kipnis to chase it. So it's back-to-back strikeouts after the leadoff walk.
And now the only man with an RBI tonight, Carlos Santana to the plate. It's 1 for 3 with that RBI double back in the 3rd inning. First a visit to the mound. Michael Brantley is on deck. Brantley 0 for 3 tonight, Rick.
Yeah, you'd love to see Carlos get on there, at least give him a chance. One more chance to get that streak and extend it. Ray Surridge, the Pittsburgh pitching coach, out. Grilli, they know that's more of a talk and a scouting report. You do have first base open, but you got a hot hitter behind him, so they would, I think, like to retire Santana.
Santana batting .273 with runners in scoring position. His RBI double came with Cabrera at first base back in the 3rd. And 1-0 to the Cleveland catcher. Here it is. Santana fighting it off, going the other way.
The thing I like about that swing, you see how long he waited on that breaking ball to come inside and went the other way with it. Something we have not seen out of Carlos.
Couldn't check his swing there, and it's 1-1. I guess you would call this the semi-shift defense. Shortstop Josh Harrison just a few feet to the left of the bag. Neil Walker in short right field. Really taking a lot of time in the center of the diamond.
Well, he's trying to get his team back in that dugout just down 1. They don't want to go down anymore. It's been tough enough for them. They're going to have to face the Indians closer.
Santana to left, but foul and into the seats. So 1-2 now to Carlos Santana. 2 outs. Shin-Soo Choo at second base. Indians up 1-0. They'd love to get that second run home if they could here. Two and two now to Carlos Santana. Looking ahead to the 9th for Pittsburgh, they'll have hitters 5, 6, and 7. McGee, Alvarez, and Tabata, the scheduled batters. Full count to Santana. $31,000 plus come to life at Progressive Field tonight. urging Santana to deliver. Ball four. Michael Brantley will get one more chance.
Well, patience in that walk. Tried to get him to chase that breaking ball, and I think that was the philosophy. You're going to throw him fastballs. If you get ahead of him, not for strikes. Let him try and get him out with the breaking ball. Didn't swing. Now Clint Hurdle's going to come and probably bring in, I think, a left-hander's out there. No, it's Cruz, the right-hander. Okay, to face Brantley.
So Juan Cruz coming on. We'll get you the info on him when we come back. 1-0 Indians, bottom of the 8th inning here at Progressive Field. Back here at the ballpark, bottom of the 8th. 2 aboard with 2 out. And the new pitcher for Pittsburgh is righty Juan Cruz.
Okay, the right-hander averages about a strikeout per inning. It's a good Pittsburgh bullpen. Michael Brantley looking to continue that 21-game hitting streak. That insurance run is on second. He's going to take a deep breath. He's had good at-bats today. Good approaches, stayed inside the baseball. He's flown out to center and left field a couple of times. He just needs a line drive in that hole between short and third. Cruz throws the ball pretty hard as well.
Brantley has made good contact tonight. Nothing to show for it as he takes strike one. Brantley has come through in the clutch this year. I'll try to do it one more time and extend that hit streak. One and one now to the Indians center fielder. Juan Cruz wants to see the signs again. Outfield has him shaded towards left center. Brantley right up the middle, base hit. Hitting streak continues. Chu around third. He scores. 2-0 Tribe. Michael Brantley comes through in the clutch again.
Attaboy, Michael. I'll tell you what, you give him 4 at-bats, he's going to get one. And the 2 walks enabled him to get an opportunity to get that 4th at-bat. And what does he do? He stays on it. That's a big hit. They tried to throw that 2-seamer down and in, and he just strokes it inside out into center field. And there's your insurance run. And there's a hitting streak of 22 games. Well done, Michael.
Now, Michael Brantley has been on it since mid-April. And now 22 consecutive games, a base hit for the Tribesmen. And more importantly, gets an insurance run home. 2-0 Indians. Aaron Cunningham, who came on as a defensive replacement for Johnny Damon in the 7th. We'll get an at bat here. Aaron has struggled this year. He's entered now 33 of his 48 games as a defensive replacement. We'll love to add another run. Boy, getting back to Brantley, Rick, he has such a good approach at the plate. I don't know if he's taken a bad swing during this hitting streak.
Well, I might remember one or two, but he has been so locked in. He's really been fun to watch.
Really has found a home in that 5-hole. Now 2-1 to Aaron Cunningham. As Juan Cruz tries to stop it here. They've moved to the 7th inning in Detroit. Still 4-all in that one. Rockies and Tigers. Now 2-2 to Aaron Cunningham. Kochman is on deck. He's the only Indian with 2 hits tonight. Tribe 2 runs on 6 hits. Pirates no runs on 4 hits. Errorless ball tonight. Clean game. Well pitched. The Indians have been able to scratch out 2 more runs. And a swing and a miss. 8th strikeout for Pirates pitching. They strike out the side, but the Indians get an insurance run for Chris Perez. He's coming on the 9th next. Chris Perez is on the mound looking for his 21st save of the year. The numbers on Perez impressive. 20 saves in a row, Rick.
Yeah, he has been outstanding. They just haven't been able to use him, or didn't over the weekend. Those guys went to Detroit, Pistano and Perez, and they did a terrific job. They're on the first 2 games, and St. Louis, they got some saves, and now the opportunity here for a save. 2-0 ball game. Great start by Masterson. Terrific inning by Pistano. They were able to add on a run in the bottom of the 8th as Michael Brantley continued his streak.
And McGee, the leadoff hitter in the 9th for Pittsburgh, swinging away and singling to center field. That's his second now hit of the night. He's 2 for 4. And the Pirates with their leadoff batter on here in the 9th inning. That'll bring Pedro Alvarez to the plate. 0 for 2 with the walk tonight. He was also Justin Masterson's 9th and final strikeout victim in the 7th. Just the second time tonight the Pirates have gotten their leadoff batter aboard. Perez hasn't worked since Sunday. And I got that save against the Cardinals in St. Louis. Alvarez to left. Cunningham is there. 1 out here in the 9th. And don't forget to stick around after the game for the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care postgame show. Hope to have an interview for you. Manager Manny Acta. Highlights from around the majors with Dave Chudowski and more. So stay tuned to Sports Time Ohio. Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care postgame show coming up. So 1 out with 1 on for Jose Tabata. 0 for 2 tonight, 2 strikeouts and a walk. One and 0 the count. That one grounded to second. This could be it. The second for 1 on to first. Double play. Game over. Indians win. The shutout for Tribe pitching. Masterson the win with 7. Pistano and Perez do the rest. And Chris Perez, his 21st consecutive save to lead the majors. So the Indians win it 2-0. They improve to 33-30 on the year. The Pirates with the loss 32-31. And nearly 32,000 having fun here tonight at Progressive Field. The night's still not over. Fireworks coming up. And time now for our Key Bank key play of the game.
Well, let's look at the 6th inning. And there was a man on third. They had an opportunity to tie this game up. Watch Kipnis. 3 guys in on the right side of the infield. He's going to put his back to the infield, turn, and make a superb throw. Right on target. That kept Walker from scoring. That's a beautiful play to save that ball game.
This weekend is KeyBank Rewards Weekend here at Progressive Field. Enjoy over 40,000 in food and merchandise giveaways during the Pirates series. So the Tribe victorious 2-0 shutout for the pitching staff. And Michael Brantley continues the hitting streak as he gets the insurance RBI in the 8th, and he's standing by with our Katie with him. Katie?
Well, Michael, you get the win here today. It really was all about pitching there. Masterson going 7 innings for you guys. 6 of his 9 strikeouts were called strikeouts. What did you see from him today?
Well, he was locating the ball so well. And just watching from center field, he was keeping the ball down and, hitting every spot that Santana had out there. He was throwing the ball very effectively tonight.
Now, I know you don't like to talk about it, but the hit streak continues for you. 22 now. You got that 4th chance to bat there in the 8th inning. How did you come through?
My teammates got on base for me, and I was just able to, they made a good pitching change, and he threw a good pitch up and in. I was just able to kind of fight it off and fight it up the middle, and I just get a huge insurance run for us right there. That was nice.
Bullpen has been strong all season. They were again here today. Vinny Pistano facing the meat of this Pittsburgh Pirates order, and then Chris Perez coming up with his 21st consecutive save. What did you see from them?
I mean, Vinny been doing that all year. Just going through the meat of the order for us and just keeping, no runs on the board, coming in big situations. And then Crispin just nailing down. It's just nice, that we get to the 8th inning with a lead that we have a chance to win the ball game each and every night. It's real good.
And the defense was strong. You got to talk about Kipnis over-the-shoulder catch in the 6th inning, man on third base. You had a pretty good view of that. Did that impress you?
It was a phenomenal play because the ball was actually tailing back towards center field, so he had to make an adjustment. He's a former outfielder, so I'm going to give him a little bit of credit for that. But it's an awesome play. It was a huge turn of events right there for us.
You guys get the win here at home. What does this kind of win mean for you after that series in Cincinnati?
It's huge. You want to always defend your home territory. And, Pittsburgh's right down the street. And, we have a lot of Pittsburgh fans in here. So I just like seeing all the Tri fans out here tonight. It was really nice. And I love all the support we've had from the fans today.
Michael, appreciate the time. Congrats on the win.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, fans.
Al?
All right, Katie. The Indians a winner tonight, 2-0 over the Pittsburgh Pirates. They take Game 1 in this 3-game series. We'll be back with the final thought in just a moment. Keep it here on